So I found an article on CNBC, and I have obviously Fortnite behind me. And the article talks mostly about microtransactions and why you can't quit them, or the gaming market can't quit them. And mind you, I've been a gamer for, 30 years almost. I started gaming on the old school Genesis, and now we're moving on to the Series X, PlayStation 5, PC, you name it, we're playing it. This article is kind of interesting because some of the topics that it kind of discussed makes me think about different things. So we're going to check out this article from CNBC and we'll get going from there. Let's go. All right, we're going to move my big head over here and we're going to blow me up a little bit. Why $183 billion video game industry can't quit microtransactions. Okay, and of course they have Fortnite up front and center with this one. The video game industry can't quit microtransactions. The fact that the two largest video game companies in the United States, EA and Take-Two, Electronic Arts, if you guys didn't know, Electronic Arts is EA, and Take-Two Interactive now make the overwhelming majority of their money from live service games, subscriptions, and in-game purchases, according to a recent earning report. Okay. Let's keep going. Microtransactions are purchases that make inside a game using real money. And that's the weird part was I'd say probably the best game that does this, especially microtransactions, is probably World of Warcraft because, of course, they got the subscription service. You pay for the newest updates, yada, yada, yada. They show up as subscriptions, virtual currencies, and character customization options, among other examples. Okay. Popular live service titles such as Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, and Clash Royale were built around the revenue of this model. So real quick, the one thing I do like is that it does say Fortnite, which 100% it is built around microtransactions. People purchasing skins, people purchasing battle passes, so on and so forth. Call of Duty Warzone, if you guys did not know, is actually free to play. Even though it is kind of guised inside of a $70 game, right? But you can download Warzone and play that free. And like it says, Battle Pass, all that stuff. And Clash Royale, I never played Clash Royale, so I don't know anything about that. We're just going to throw that out there. But definitely, like it says here, game publishers must provide updates throughout certain game life cycles to retain players' attention, which is where the term live service comes from. And I feel there's a lot of people that are saying like live service games are definitely dying, and I don't think they are by any means because Fortnite's going strong. Truth be told, I stream a lot of Fortnite, and there's a lot of people I've met through streaming that stream Fortnite. That Fortnite's not going anywhere. There's a lot of people that play Warzone, and a lot of the bigger content creator names, Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect, Nick Merckx, stream Warzone. So between those two, they definitely push things forward for live service. Now, do I feel one is better than the other? Absolutely. I feel like, this is my honest opinion, Warzone is dog shit. I've tried playing Warzone, I don't know how many times. It's not a good battle royale, in my opinion. Fortnite is a pretty good battle royale, very well balanced. But that's one thing I feel Fortnite does much better than Call of Duty is the balancing. If there's an issue, they patch it almost immediately. Unlike Warzone, that will just leave it for weeks. And by the way, if you guys didn't know, that's why a lot of these battle royale games are actually considered beta, because it gets them around Xbox and PlayStation's little like bullshit thing. So if they remain in a beta stage, they can update them however often they want. But if they come out and they're like a complete game, they have to submit the patches to Microsoft, to Sony, in order to get the approval to push them. And then on top of that, it costs way more money to do that than if they were to stay in beta and then push it, if you guys didn't know. All right, let's keep on going. Gamer backlash from the early attempts at in-game purchases caused the video game industry to shift to these approaches, subscription bundles, purchase, and content. You know, genuinely, I genuinely feel a lot of these attempts at early game like purchases stem from DLC. Um, that's one thing that kind of does irk me is like how the gaming industry. I remember the first DLC that came out. It was a horse that you can purchase in, I think it was Oblivion that they wanted $20 for, and like I just remember seeing that and I was like, who the hell would buy that? Fast forward like 2 or 3 years later, DLC starts. You start buying like additions onto the games, and during the early stages of that, they actually added depth to the story. Nowadays, I feel a lot of DLC, a lot of battle passes are the game that they're wanting you to spend extra money on. And I feel like it genuinely, a lot of the times they miss the mark because they give you a game and it's like 75% complete. And that's if the game even works day one. And then you have to purchase the DLC to complete the story. So that extra 25%, and then they milk you for like another $20. Or, like Madden does, Electronic Arts, by the way, owns them, Madden Ultimate Team, where you open packs to get your team. They do it for FIFA as well. And that is such a lucrative business. Like, I should have pulled up the numbers that they did on Madden Ultimate Team alone. It is fucking stupid. Like, is disgusting. Like, same with FIFA. I think FIFA does more than Madden when it comes to Ultimate Team stuff. All I know is it's stupid. The industry has really moved to more of a what they call a battle pass system or some kind of package of seasonal content, which I have no problem with. I have absolutely no problem with. I genuinely enjoy the fresh paint every 2-3 months, especially with Fortnite. I've been like steadily grinding Fortnite now for like 6 months. And with that new coat of paint, dude, bro, it keeps me engaged. Those systems have found much warmer responses because I think people are finding that they're getting more value, a more reliable value for their money. So this is something else I like to explain to people. And that is when it comes to games, I always look at it as the movie price, right? So if you're going to the movies, you're going to spend roughly $12 on a ticket for a 2-hour-long movie. I'm not counting concessions. I'm not going to count concessions because people have different things that they want to, spend their money on at concessions. Me, it's usually a bottle of water and a small popcorn. But I'm talking movie-wise. You're spending about $12 for, $12 to $15, depending on if you want the comfy seats, on content to watch at a movie theater. So me personally, I feel like if you're going to do that, okay, break down the cost of a game. So if you got a 2-hour-long movie you're paying, $12, $15 for, let's just say 15 for the sake of, being easier to round. You're looking at what, 15, 30. So every 4, so that's 8 hours for $60 is what I'm looking at. If your game does not meet that 8-hour mark for $60, I'm obviously going to wait until that shit goes on sale. That's another way to think about it. Now, there's people in the gaming industry in the much higher positions that are trying to get it to where you pay per hour that you play. There's games out there where I get way more bang for my buck. Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption, obviously Fortnite. Because if I spend $10 on the Battle Pass, I'm going to grind to complete the Battle Pass. Where, like, even in my opinion, buying the Fortnite Crew Pass, because I play both games, Rocket League and Fortnite, it is actually worth the value, in my opinion, because I'm paying $11 a month. I get a Fortnite skin, 1,000 V-Bucks, the Battle Pass, the Rocket Pass. It's worth it, in my opinion. It's just one of those things. To each our own, man. Like I said, you got to find out what is the best for you. Now, like I said, for me, I think Battle Pass system works. I think games as a service works. Live service, it all works for me. As long as you're making quality games and quality content for me to consume, I'm going to continue to consume it. I mean, like I said, I don't play Warzone for a reason. because the cheaters, the anti-cheat's terrible. The gameplay to me is terrible. It's just one of those things. In-game spending has become a high-stakes issue in addition to a lucrative business. EA's live service operation made the company $5.6 billion in its recent quarter. That is a quarter. It made $5.6 billion. And mind you, like I said, EA, they have Madden, they have FIFA where they have Ultimate Teams. I'm sure hockey, they probably have something similar, but they have the sports market covered. On top of that, they also have Apex Legends. They have a whole bunch of games that allows them that $5.6 billion evaluation right there. According to the company's latest earning reports, Epic Games, which creates the most popular Fortnite franchise, took Apple to court over its in-game payment system that developers released inside of Fortnite in order to bypass Apple's App Store fees. In Europe, app stores and so-called loot boxes are a major focus of tech regulators. So if you guys didn't know this, and I mean they're not really bringing up much. I've talked about this a little bit at length, but Fortnite did sue Apple, and on top of that, Google was kind of cannon fodder when it came to this, because like they're not even talking about it. The App Store fees. They charge 30% of whatever you spend at the in Fortnite. So that's why Fortnite, or Epic as you would call them, is going after Apple, and they're going after Google because they have a 30% surcharge on stuff. So that means Epic has to charge more so that they can break even though they're one of the big guys. I feel like Epic obviously is going about this as the guys that they're the good guy. They're trying to save people money, and that they're trying to really stick it to Apple and Google so that the little guy can survive. No, they're doing it so that they can have more money in their pocket. Let's go full screen. I feel like at the end of the day, the microtransactions, they're not going to stop. You're constantly going to have to fight microtransactions. You're constantly going to have microtransactions. I know I was watching Moist Critical earlier. He was talking about Dragon's Dogma 2, which isn't working right now, where they're charging people in an RPG game $2 to change how your character looks in game. I don't get it. Anyways, you guys, hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget to mash the like button. Comment down below. How do you feel about microtransactions? How do you feel about, games as a service and all that stuff? Like, just let me know. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you later.